Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagide Imo TV. Today, 16th day in the month of August, year 2022. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Buhari can borrow money for Nigeria till eternity, ruling APC chairman. Buhari's government has reduced terrorism to almost nothing, Festus Keyamo. We seem to know where terrorists are in Nigeria, but nobody is going after them. Former military chiefs Buratai Abubakar to appear before international court. Journalists brutalized, attacked by suspected kidnappers for publishing a news. And in San Juan on the entertainment, popular actor who always acted as a dwarf or a ghost reportedly dead. Resident businesses affected as bridge linking Nigeria, Benin Republic collapses. And to foreign story, we have trained military men and we're ready to help Nigeria fight terrorism. Indian ambassador to Nigeria. And still on foreign story from a neighboring African country, Buhari congratulates 55-year-old Ruto who defeated 77-year-old challenger for the presidential poll in Kenya. And finally, sports. Pinnick won't seek position of NFF president a third time, he said. Now the news in detail. Adamu said the Buhari government might need to borrow to keep Nigeria running because countries like the United States, United Kingdom, and France also take World Bank loans. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Adamu, has stated that the President Muhammad Buhari-led government can borrow money till eternity for the country, so long as the money is being geared towards infrastructural developments. Adamu said the Buhari government might need to borrow to keep Nigeria running because countries like the United States, United Kingdom, and France also take bank loans. According to the Debt Management Office, Nigeria's debt profile surpassed 40 trillion naira in March 2022 under Buhari's watch. The estimated government budget for 2022 was 17.32 trillion naira, which is 18% more than the 2021 budget. Recurrent non-debt spending is expected to be 6.91 trillion naira, or 40% of overall expenditures, which is 20% more than the budget for 2021. Speaking with Trust TV in an interview on Monday, Adamu said, "I remember very well I told you, and I thought you believed me, that I have no quarrel with the issues of government borrowing. Government can borrow from here till eternity," he concluded. To the next story on the world news. Spokesman for the All Progressive Congress APC presidential campaign, Festus Keyamo, has said the party-led federal government has reduced Boko Haram's dominance to almost nothing. Mr. Keyamo, who is also the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, said this on Monday in an interview with Trust TV. He was defending the performance of the APC-led government in the last 7 years, and it has been in power. The program also featured Daniel Bwala, a spokesperson for the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, who was paired with the minister. With President Muhammadu Buhari as its flag bearer in 2015, the APC had promised to ensure a buoyant economy, fight insecurity and corruption to reposition the country. Despite the overwhelming deadly attacks on communities by terrorists in some parts of the country, particularly in the north, Mr. Keyamo said the government had reduced terrorism significantly when compared to what it was under the PDP-led government. He alleged that the news highlighting the failures of the current administration were sponsored by the opposition to discredit the ruling party. A columnist at Leadership newspaper, Wole Olaoye, was today interviewed by Arise News where he spoke on terrorism in Nigeria. He said the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, has raised an alarm that terrorists are making Kaduna State their operational base in Northwest, and the federal government should quickly do something to prevent and Ansari terrorists from becoming deadly like Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists. Wole Olaoye said everyone in Nigeria seems to know where the terrorists are, but nobody is going after them, and that we shouldn't fold our hands because terrorism is seen in Northwest and other regions alone, adding that the Taliban claimed the entire territory in Afghanistan and not part of it. Wole Olaoye said there is a growing similarity in territorial terrorism between Afghanistan and Nigeria, and that we must not take these terrorists for granted by folding our hands without taking action. On the next story concerning court hearing, according to a civic group, the Africa Center for Human Rights, an extensive investigation has been carried out on 2 former military chiefs, and the center had gathered sufficient evidence in a 500-page document to indict the former service chiefs at the ICC in the Hague, Netherlands. A former chief of the army staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, retired, and his Nigerian Air Force counterpart, Air Marshal Sadique Abubakar, retired, will soon face criminal charges at the International Criminal Court (ICC) over alleged human rights abuses and extrajudicial killings during their time as security chiefs. According to a civic group, the Africa Center for Human Rights, an extensive investigation has been carried out on the 2 former military chiefs, and the center has gathered sufficient evidence in a 500-page document to indict the former service chiefs at the ICC in the Hague, Netherlands. The 5 years, 6-month tenure of Buratai and Abubakar was allegedly characterized by rights abuses and extrajudicial killings of Nigerians by soldiers. Speaking for the African Center, Dr. Ifure Atafure catalogued on Tuesday the alleged atrocities under the 2 former chief service, which would be tendered at the ICC. In 2015, Buratai allegedly ordered the army to kill over 500 defenseless shites on the ground that they touched a general's chest. The incident, which was tagged the Zaria massacre, has further worsened the insecurity situation in the country. He also is believed to have ordered the October 20, 2020 shooting of innocent civilians who were protesting at the Lekki toll gate, and sanctioned the extrajudicial massacre in Oyigbo, an Igbo settlement in Rivers State. The soldiers and officers involved in the killings were never prosecuted or punished, an indication the atrocities were committed with approval of the army leadership, the group said. From that story, we'll go to another story angle from a journalist who was armed. Narrating his ordeal to Sahara reporters, Ikedoji said he has attempted abduction at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, during which he was brutalized before he was narrowly escaped, was connected to his publication of conspiracy and attempt by Iloka to cover up the real case of his wife's death. An Anambra State-based journalist and publisher of BellNewsOnline.com, Augustine Onyeka Ike Ikedoji, on Monday narrowly escaped from the grip of abductors alleged to be talks from the suspended Inewi North Technical Committee chairman, Mbazulika Iloka. Narrating his ordeal to Sahara reporters, Ikedoji said that his attempted abduction at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, during which he was brutalized before he narrowly escaped, was connected to his publication of conspiracy and attempt by Iloka to cover up the real cause of his wife's death. The online media publisher had published a report in which photos of the deceased showed bruises, indicating domestic violence or something of the sort, against the claim by the husband that she merely slumped and died while trying to serve him food. And to another story which is coming from the entertainment scene. Popular Kumawood performer who frequently played a dwarf or a ghost has reportedly passed away. According to reports, a well-known actor in the Kumasi film industry, Kumawood, who frequently performed as a ghost, dwarf, or malevolent spirit, has died. Shane Kingston, a well-known celebrity and lifestyle writer, claims that the small actor known as Baba passed away yesterday. Peacefully rest, Baba. The short man has left. Why so quickly? A sibling has been gone for Kwame Inkfield, an entire Kumawood. Bosume on Facebook, Sean Kingston posted. Kumawood and the acting business have been dealt a crippling blow by this. His family has misled a priceless item. It is also known if Nana Shots had a wife or children. Rest in peace. From that story, we'll go straight to the next foreign news. A bridge linking Nigeria and Benin Republic in Chikanda, Barunte local government area of Kwara State has collapsed following a downpour that lasted several hours. The international bridge was constructed in 2010 during the administration of former Governor Bukola Saraki. The development is said to have paralyzed socio-economic activities between the two countries along the border axis. A resident of Yashikiri, a close town to the border, Malem Lafiu Gunu, said the situation was worrisome as his mother, Ajia Ali Manefia, who traveled to Benin Republic, is now stranded there due to the collapsed bridge. He appealed to the authorities to quickly repair the bridge and provide an alternative route for movements and commuters. Some commuters said they want quick intervention of both countries in the interest of sustainable business activities. Emir of Yashikira, Al-Aju Umar Usman Serki, called on the Federal Ministry of Works, the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FAMA, and the Kwara State government to, as a matter of urgency, come to the aid of those affected. Speaking on the development, the Federal Controller of Works North Central, Engineer Kayode Ibrahim, said the agency had already embarked on an assessment trip to ascertain the level of damage and find a temporary solution. Moving forward to the next story is coming from the foreign aspect as well. Sri Balaji, the India High Commissioner to Nigeria, stated on Monday that his nation was prepared to offer the assistance required to put an end to insecurity in Nigeria. With social investment in solar energy, artificial intelligence, fintech, and scientific intelligence, he promised to further strengthen India-Nigeria friendship and economic skills. This was said by the High Commissioner while addressing the media at the flag-raising ceremony for India's 75th anniversary of independence that was conducted at the Indian High Commission in Abuja. We would be happy to continue the partnership in cooperation with the Nigerian government, and we are ready to assist in that direction. He said, as you know, many of the defense training has been given in India. Various security outfits have been trained in military installations and training institutes. He also praised and called the ties between the two nations the best. India and Nigeria have one of the best relations. Before Nigeria gained its independence in 1960, in 1958, when we opened an office in Lagos, we began our partnership. Since then, our connection has grown. We have collaborated on human building capacity, and we have thrilled, and thanks to the Nigerian government support, we can now declare that our relationship is solid and friendly, he said. Although India has made an investment of $14.9 million in the nation, the freshly appointed commissioner remarked that he was looking forward to fostering the connection in all spheres. Moving forward to another Africa international story between Nigeria and Kenya. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated 55-year-old William Ruto, who defeated 77-year-old Raila Odinga to win Kenya's presidential election. Recall, Ruto, who is the country's deputy president, was on Monday, August 15, 2022, declared the winner of the presidential election by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) Chairman Wafula Chebukati. According to IEBC Chairman, Ruto had won almost 7.18 million votes, 50.49%, in the August 9 votes against 6.94 million, 48.85% for his rival Raila Odinga. Buhari on Monday, in his congratulatory message to the president-elect, hailed the people of Kenya for the peaceful conduct at the polls and transparent outcome of the elections. Before we make it a wrap on the world news, let's quickly add the sports story. President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Ahmadu Pinnick, spoke on Monday during an interview on the morning show about him not running for president a third time. In spite of calls from people all over the country urging him to run, Mr. Pinnick clarified that he still stands by his earlier declaration and will put his family's wishes first ahead of his desires to run. My family is key. I love Nigeria, but my family is tired of me having issues, he said. He went on to state that he does not want to work in an environment where his co-workers will be hostile towards him and quarrel with him over nothing more than the fact that he is who he is. I don't want to go to terrain where there is hatred, bitterness, and betraying for no reason other than the fact that that is me. Mr. Pinnick also said that he would not give up on the federation, making sure success is for the NFF. That concludes the world news from BGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. We brought to you, Buhari can borrow money for Nigeria till eternity, ruling APC chairman. Buhari's government has reduced terrorism to almost nothing, Festus Keyamo. We also brought to you that former military chiefs, Buratai, Abubakar, to appear before the ICC courts. And on a sad note from the entertainment scene, popular actor who always acted as a dwarf or ghost reportedly dead. And finally, sports. Pinnick won't seek position of NFF president for a third time. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access our updates. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for you to have access to our production. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you are one in a million.